for little Georgie. Mr. Beeman.
Wait, George.
Beeman.
Yeah, kid.
Just wanted to say so long, Mr. Beeman. Moving up.
What up? You got 52 weeks a year guarantee with me.
52 weeks a year, but only 15 minutes a night. And that's just not enough, Mr. Beeman. I want the full time, 8:30 to 11.
George, I'll level with you. 8:30 to 11 is musical comedy, meaning Broadway, and I ain't sure you're ready yet. For on that street, kid, the whole country hits a crash. You don't get a vaudeville booking for 10 years.
Who says I'm gonna fall?
Bigger boys than you have, Georgie. Look, why don't you take your time, get a little more experience. Play another year or two of vaudeville before you risk it. I'm saying this for your own good, kid.
So long, Mr. Beeman.
All right, kid, have it your own way, but make that goodbye. I don't keep no lights burning in the window.
Goodbye, Mr. Beeman.
Hey, kid,
Yeah, Beeman.
one last thought. You got a thing about you, a way with people. Rubs them the wrong way. You may not mean no harm, but some people ain't gonna like you, Georgie. Like me.
Then I'm just gonna have to do without you, Mr. Beeman, and the rest of them if I had to.
He didn't mean that the way it sounded, George.
What do I care how he meant it? Ethel, he's right. I'm just one guy, but I've got something inside me. Something this whole country needs, and I'm gonna give it. No strings attached. Like me, kid, they're gonna love me. And if I lose one or two so-called cows along the way, I can afford it.
And if it's more than just one or two, George?
If I can have all that, let it be more. There's a whole country full of people out there, Ethel. Someone's gonna take it. Why not me?
Georgie.
Why not me? My town, that's Manhattan. Up, down, stone and satin. Noise, pause, all of its glamour can make me frown. Times Square, how I love it. Fresh air, I die of it. Born in PA, still I'm happy to say this is my hometown. Okay, Pop, I went too fast.
So what if he did, Georgie? Everybody's entitled to a few mistakes, and, well, one bad show is not the end of
Hold
the
it,
world.
Pop. What do you mean, one bad show? What do you mean, one bad show? When I said I was moving too slow, I meant Broadway's still moving too slow. What I gotta do is give this city time to catch up with me. 3 weeks.
George, now,
I'll write a month. And in exactly that time, I'll open with my new musical comedy, Little Johnny Jones. It'll star the 5 of us. But this time, Pop, I'm only gonna do what I know best.
oh, yeah. Acting, directing, sets, costumes, music. George, have you figured out how you're going to show the customers to their seats yet?
I'm working on it, Pop. I'm working on it. It's a great idea, Pop. It's about this American jockey in England who's accused of throwing the big race. But you find out I didn't, so... Ethel?
Sorry, George. Just thinking of what we talked about last week.
Beeman again?
I spoke to him yesterday, George. He'd be willing to take us back. With more money, better billing. We could do the old act. We could have more time for each other.
Ethel, you don't seem to understand. I said I was through with vaudeville, and I meant it. Okay. So they knocked me down this time, but kid, I'll bounce. And we'll have more time for each other. Go away for a holiday, as long as you want. Right after the new show opens.
Oh, Georgie.
Your name?
Agnes Nolan. I'm from Worcester, Mass. My folks once met your folks and...
Sing, please.
Yes, sir. I love the name Billy. My dad's was the same. Billy. I love the way they laugh and say how silly to call the girl Billy. Baffles them all. on
we'll
that.
have to sit down and talk about it sometime. Ben,
Thank you, Mr. Cohan.
Ben,
Yes, Mr. Cohan.
Ben, get Ethel and the girls out here. I want to do push cart.
Girls, get out here.
And full out this time.
Pull out this time.
Push me along in my push cart. Push me along with the crowd. What a sensational feeling one feels. It beats all the airships and automobiles. Covered with carrots and rhubarb. Over the sidewalks we shine. Oh, what adventures a single girl meets. Peddling vegetables out in the streets. Did you ever get kissed through a wet bunch of beans? When you're pushed along in your push cart with the boy you love. Push me along in my push cart. Push me along with the crowd. Oh, what adventures a single girl meets. Handling vegetables out in the streets. Did you ever get kissed through a wet bunch of bees? When you're pushed along in your push cart with the boy you love.
Louie,
Yes, Mr. Cohen.
that's not what London looks like.
You've been there often, Mr. Cohen?
You don't have to be there to know what it looks like. Do that drop over and make it more
Yeah?
London. Hell, you don't even have the Eiffel Tower.
Louis! Louis!
What do you want Louis for?
Some fathead told him to put the Eiffel Tower right in the middle of the London drop.
That fathead was me.
What color would you like it?
Ben, get the rest of the guys out here. I want to do Ring to the Name of Rose.
Boys, get out here.
There's a ring to the name of Rosie. A ring ting-a-ling to the name of Rosie. Other names you may say ring true. So they do, but they ring for you. I still cling to the name of Rosie. 'Cause there's something to the name of Rosie that gives our hearts that ring a rosy ring a ling ting a ling. There's a ring to the name of Rose. The name of Rose.
Hey, Ben, let's get popularity going. We were supposed to do it a half an hour ago.
Girls, popularity, let's go.
Come on, we got a show to put on. I want this so much, Pop. And I'm scared.
Thank God, Georgie. Thank God I can finally quit worrying about you now.
Wait, hold on, Pop. One more thing. You've been in this business 35 years now. How do you know?
You know what, Georgie?
Well, if it's good. It's not the applause. They're friends out there. They'll clap no matter what. How do you know if it's really good?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, Georgie. First, the whole stage just seems brighter. You know those lights are the same as you put them in rehearsal, but somehow they just seem brighter and stronger. The orchestra is playing louder and faster. Well, I mean, you'll know it if it happens, son. Don't worry about it. Come on, we're on. Now remember, Jones, watch for the skyrocket. If it goes off, it'll mean I've got the papers from Ramsey's captain to prove you innocent of throwing the derby. Now remember, Jones, stick here on the pier and watch for the skyrocket.
Thanks, pal, thanks. I'll be watching.
Don't worry, Mr. Jones. We still believe in you.
That means a lot, kid.
Any messages back home, Johnny? Any messages back home, Johnny?
Yeah. One. Say hello to dear Arconia, if there you chance to be. When you're at the Waldorf, have a smile and charge it up to me. Mention my name every place you go, as around the town you roam. Wish you'd call on my gal. Now remember, oh pal, when you get back home, give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square.
Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long.
Hey, don't worry, Johnny. You'll be all right. I know it.
Well, Johnny, it looks like we won't be taking this trip together after all.
Cheer up, kid. There'll be other trips together. Lots of them. I promise you that, kid. I promise you.
My regards to Broadway.
Remember me to Herald Square.
Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there.
Give my regards to Broadway.
Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. So how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. Yes, give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there
Kid yells out, "Hey, Frankie, there goes the man who owns Broadway." So I turned around to see who he meant, and you know what? It was me. And you know what else? He was right. Old old Georgie's up there now. Climbed on board, picked the window seat, and now I've got my eye on a private car. Why not? Check the league I'm batting with. The geezer with the roll of bills in his hand is none other than the mayor of this fine city, Norbert T. Hatry himself. Fish swimming around him include Alderman Haley, very economical fella. Never buys a whole pair of gloves, doesn't have to. He's always got one hand in someone else's pocket.
Sorry.
That's His Honor T.J. Anspacher. Very distinguished fellow. Only living U.S. Justice, still on parole. And last but not least, that's His Honor's secretary. Why are they here? To give a little glitter to my latest enterprise. I'm gonna be a Broadway producer and give Ziegfeld and Froman a run for their money. Got me Sam H. Harris for a partner. And from now on, Cohan presents Cohan.
Splendidly elected you got here, Mr. Cohan. Now what we want to know is when the first Cohan-Harris production is going to be.
Give us a break, Your Honor. We just got together. As a matter of fact, I thought we might just sit this season out
And just do the new Faye Templeton show, and that's it.
I've always understood that Miss Faye Templeton was one of the biggest stars on Broadway, Mr. Cohan.
And she'll be twice as big when we get through with her. Right, Sam?
Faye Templeton.
Mr. Cohan, if Faye Templeton really is doing the show,
Really doing it. She's been hounding us all week for the contract. Calls, telegrams. She's even got our old lady waiting outside this minute. Hey, Mrs. Templeton. Haven't got the name of the show yet, but we ought to open by,
Last week in December.
what?
That's right, the last week in December. The biggest hit of Faye's career.
Sam, you're gonna be all right. Hey, how'd you guys like to hear one of the songs I wrote? We're sending over to Faisy today. Get a load of this.
Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Think of the changes it brings.
What I want to know is who does he think he is? Me sending my mother for the contract. And of course she's crazy enough to do it.
For the short time it takes, what a difference it makes in the ways of the people and things.
Will you two please stop singing that song?
In a minute, honey. Calm down, Faye. Cohen's impulsive, but he's got talent, and you could use a new show.
What a fine bunch of farmers. Oh, what a rude atmosphere. They have whiskers like hay and an imagined Broadway. Only 45 minutes from here.
Stop singing that song! You hear me, Freddie? I've managed to struggle along very nicely till now without Mr. Cohan. So will you please call the papers and tell them I will not be in the new Cohan show? You hear me, Freddie? You give him this note and you tell him if he sends me one more song.
We're 45 minutes from Broadway. Think of the changes it brings.
You two, that's it. You're fired. And that goes for you too. And you I'm putting in a home.
Are you Mrs. Templeton?
What do you want?
A man sent me, a friend of yours. He said to give you this song and tell you that rehearsals begin next Monday. Down by the Erie, there waits my pal. Though the days are long and weary, he declares he'll never weary.
Tell him I'll be in the show.
Oh, John O'Leary, I'm afraid you've lost your gal, for she's left to flat my theory by the Erie Canal.
What a kid of that Faye is. Of course she's doing the show.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. She goes into rehearsal next Monday, and this is the one that did it.
But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. But with propriety, society will say Mary. For it was Mary, Mary.
show opened. Only trouble was, when the news show opened, there was a new show to open. So she decided to go away by herself. And the funny part was, she didn't know how to tell him.
Did she have to tell him, Ethel? All right, he's been busy these past few years, but that's over now. They could really do it. Go away together for a holiday, long as you want. Right after the new show opens.
She had to tell him, George.
Then give it the Cohan touch. Speed, lights, music. Play the bad news against the happy scene. Kid, it'll knock him dead.
Happy New Year!
All our friends, every one of them, they're all our friends, wonderful friends, dozens and dozens, a regular throng, simply besiege us and follow along, because they're all our friends. Half a ton of them, a line of them never quite ends.
They come in groups and troops, invited or not, uptown, downtown, right on the spot.
I must confess, I guess I worship the lot, yes, every brother, son of them,
Every one of them, all our wonderful friends, all our friends. Every one of them, they're all our friends, wonderful friends, dozens and dozens, a regular throng. Simply besiege us and follow along, because they're all our friends. Half a ton of them, the line of them never quite ends. They come in groups and troops, invited or not, uptown, downtown, right on the spot. I must confess, I guess I worship the lot. Yes, every mother, son of them, every one of them, all our wonderful friends.
George, they're here. Your folks.
It's about time. Stall him for a minute, will you, Frankie? I want to be reading the telegrams when they come in. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just want to read a few wires. Sam's put them in order of importance. So the first one's from Sam Harris. To the cast and company of 45 Minutes from Broadway, backstage, New Amsterdam Theater, 211 West 42nd Street, New York, New York, the United States of America. Hey, Western Union doesn't charge the address, do they?
certainly not.
That explains the message. Congratulations. Here's one for Faye. Welcome at long last, after years of constant and disheartening failure, to the ranks of big Broadway stars like I, Lillian Russell.
Sweet, don't those big fat girls have the nicest sense of humor?
Here's one for me. Dear Mr. Cohan, thank you for this wonderful show and a chance to be part of it. Agnes Nolan.
Right there, George.
Oh yeah, Miss Worcester-Mass. Thanks, kid, thanks. Here's another one for me. Dear Georgie, it's hard to imagine any new year being happy for you than this last, but if it's possible, we wish it for you. Josie, Mom, and Dad. Hey, you know I've got a score to settle with you three. For years, you've been telling me how we've all got to stick together. And now with the best thing I've ever written offered to you, you turn it down. Not right for the parts or some such baloney. Well, you're not getting away with it. And just to make sure, I've had my lawyer drop a little paper. I'm serious, Pop. I think you better read it.
What is it, Georgie?
Only one way to find out, and I'm warning you, airtight.
I, George Michael Cohan, do on this January 1, 1927, hereby deed to my mother and my sister Josie, all title to properties held by me in Glen Cove. George, that's the farm. You just bought it.
Yeah, and spent 2 weeks there. Birds all over the place. Go on, Pop.
And I also attest that from this day forward, my father, Jeremiah J. Cohan, and I are partners. 1/2 and equal in every theater property I possess. Oh, Georgie. You finish it. I can't.
There's much more, Pop. Just... With all my love and gratitude, your son, George.
Georgie? Well, on behalf of your mother and Josie and myself, I thank you. My wife thanks
Hey,
you.
that's mine.
It was yours. It's half mine now, and I got it just in time to use it.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Now,
Your way, George?
my way, Ethel. Sam,